The soon-to-be commissioned Gerald R. Ford USS. What a place. It really feels like a place. You stand on that deck.
Elon Musk has been involved in many groundbreaking technologies, from electric cars to space travel, but this time he is bringing attention to something that he did not create himself. The U.S. Navy has just revealed something so advanced and unstoppable that even Musk himself is impressed. What is this revolutionary new development, and what is Elon Musk's role in it? In this video, we will take a look at the Navy's most recent masterpiece and explain why this breakthrough has the United States, the most powerful country in the world, scrambling to keep up. The Navy's most recent ship. The United States is known for one thing. The Navy is known for its role in protecting the civilians of the country. However, the Navy does more than just protect. It also plays a leading role in the development of advanced tools and weapons for contemporary warfare. The Navy puts in a lot of effort every year to stay ahead of potential threats, constantly searching for new methods to remain strong and ready. It recently added an amazing new ship to its fleet, which is called the USS Gerald R. Ford. The USS Gerald R. Ford is a new and highly advanced aircraft carrier. It is not just an ordinary ship. It is a special kind of ship whose development has even been influenced by billionaire and business tycoon Elon Musk. This new ship is so impressive that it poses a challenge to other powerful nations, such as Russia and China, which are also making significant efforts to enhance their military capabilities. So what is it that makes this ship so significant? First of all, it is not just another aircraft carrier, it is a significant advancement in naval technology and design. It has systems and tools that are not found on any other ship in the world. These advanced features enable it to perform better in battles and assist the Navy in protecting the country in ways that were not previously possible. The USS Gerald R. Ford is a very large ship. Picture 3 football fields lined up one after the other. This ship is approximately that long. It is more than 1,000 feet long and weighs approximately 100,000 tons. This ship is not just large for appearance's sake. It was built to transport a large number of airplanes, helicopters, and drones at the same time. These aircraft are capable of taking off and landing directly on the deck of the ship, even when it is in the middle of the ocean. In addition, thousands of sailors and officers live and work on this ship. The crew is responsible for all aspects of the ship, including flying the planes, repairing engines, and preparing meals. Compared to older ships, the living quarters on the USS Gerald R. Ford are superior. The crew has sleeping areas that are more comfortable, better food, and places where they can unwind after working long hours. This is extremely important because sailors frequently spend months away from home while they are at sea. The USS Gerald R. Ford is not only large, but it is also very advanced. It has some of the most up-to-date systems and tools that have ever been used on a ship. These systems improve the speed, efficiency, and readiness of the military for contemporary warfare. The Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, or EMAILS, is one of the most exciting new features. Steam-powered catapults were used to launch planes into the air from older aircraft carriers. These catapults were powerful, but they were not very effective. They also caused a lot of wear and tear on the planes, which resulted in more repairs and delays. Instead, the USS Gerald R. Ford uses EMALS. This system launches planes using electromagnetic energy. So, what makes EMALS superior? To begin with, it is quicker. It is crucial to be able to launch planes more quickly during battles. Second, it is more fluid. This means that planes are not as damaged during takeoff and are able to take off sooner. EMALS also increases the ship's energy efficiency, which is beneficial for long missions at sea. However, EMALS is only one of the many characteristics that make this ship unique. The USS Gerald R. Ford has also developed advanced radar systems that are capable of detecting threats from a long distance. The ship is able to respond quickly and accurately with its weapons once a threat has been identified. These defense systems are built to safeguard the ship in nearly every possible scenario. The USS Gerald R. Ford is prepared to protect itself from attacks, whether they come from the air, the sea, or even underwater. As a result, it is not only a highly effective offensive tool, but it is also a very strong defensive system. Constructing the USS Gerald R. Ford was a difficult task. The project began over 10 years ago, and it has encountered numerous obstacles since then. The ship was built with cutting-edge technology that had never been used before. As a result, the construction process became more complex and costly. The project received some criticism from individuals who were unhappy with the fact that it took longer and cost more than anticipated. However, the Navy continued to work on this ship because they believed it was important. The objective was to design a ship that would be more advanced and more capable than any other ship in the world. The USS Gerald R. has been the result of many years of hard work. Ford has finally been finished. The ship had to pass a number of tests before it could be added to the Navy's fleet. These tests ensured that all of its systems were functioning properly. The Navy was also interested in seeing how the ship would perform in real-world situations, such as during battles or extended missions. The USS Gerald R. Ford successfully completed all of these tests and demonstrated that it was prepared for use. The USS Gerald R. Ford has a unique feature that makes it even more special: the technology and functionality of billionaire Elon Musk's company. The U.S. Navy is always ready to take bold steps to improve its technology and keep its sailors connected. Additionally, Elon Musk's Starlink satellites are making a significant contribution to this endeavor. Living on a Navy ship can be difficult because of the long hours, isolation, and limited ways to communicate with family and friends back home. This is where Starlink becomes relevant. Musk's SpaceX operates these satellites, which are assisting the Navy in providing sailors with fast and dependable internet access, regardless of their location around the world. Starlink satellites are used by the Navy's new system, called C2, to provide ships with high-speed internet. The system has already been installed on a number of Navy ships, including the impressive USS Gerald R. Ford and the USS Abraham Lincoln. Starlink's improved connectivity has made it possible for these ships to be better prepared to deal with the difficulties of contemporary warfare. This system is a significant improvement over the older Navy satellites, which were much slower than this one. Sailors can now use Starlink to access internet speeds of up to 1 gigabit per second. This means that they are able to video call family, stream shows, or even take online classes while they are at sea. This not only improves morale, but it also helps sailors feel more connected to the world beyond their ships. However, Starlink offers advantages that extend beyond mere entertainment and communication. The Navy is also utilizing this technology to enhance its operations. For instance, the quick and dependable internet enables ships to send and receive important information more rapidly. This is extremely important for missions that need real-time updates, such as monitoring weather conditions or sharing tactical plans. The C2 system is also designed to securely handle classified information, which makes it even more valuable for military operations. The USS Gerald R. Ford, the United States Navy, is several steps ahead of its competitors. Countries such as Russia and China are making significant efforts to enhance their naval forces, but the USS Gerald R. Ford gives the United States a considerable advantage. However, how much of a difference is there in naval strength between these countries? Let's get started. A comparison of the naval powers of the world. The oceans of the world have always been important battlegrounds for powerful countries. Countries that have control over the seas are able to protect their territories, trade routes, and influence over distant lands. The rivalry between naval powers has intensified over the years. The United States, Russia, and China are the three countries that are currently the strongest in terms of naval power. These countries have constructed impressive fleets and developed advanced technologies in order to maintain their dominance on the seas. Among these nations, the United States has the strongest navy in the world. In addition to being large, its fleet is also advanced and highly efficient. The United States Navy has hundreds of ships, including aircraft carriers, destroyers, submarines, and supply vessels. The United States can respond quickly to threats and emergencies because these ships are located all over the world. The United States has many advantages, but one of the most significant is the Navy has aircraft carriers. No other nation has as many aircraft carriers as the United States. These enormous ships serve as floating air bases, enabling the United States to deploy fighter jets and helicopters anywhere in the world. Aircraft carriers are extremely important because they allow the Navy to control the air and sea during battles. Another advantage of the United States: the Navy has an impressive fleet of submarines. These submarines are built to go deep underwater, where they can move without making noise and not be seen. Their ability to operate in secret makes them a very important part of the Navy's overall power. Submarines are outfitted with sophisticated weaponry, including torpedoes and missiles, which enable them to strike enemy vessels or land-based targets with a high degree of accuracy. This provides them with a significant advantage in modern warfare, where surprise and accuracy can be the deciding factors. Certain submarines belonging to the United States Navy are powered by nuclear energy, which means they use nuclear energy as fuel. Nuclear-powered submarines can remain submerged for extended periods of time, unlike other types of submarines that must surface frequently in order to refuel. This enables them to travel long distances without being noticed. For instance, a nuclear submarine is capable of crossing entire oceans without surfacing, making it an excellent option for stealth missions or surprise attacks. These submarines can also collect information or keep an eye on enemy activity without being detected, because they can remain submerged for such a long time. It is also important to note the technology that is used in these submarines. They have systems that enable them to navigate, communicate, and detect threats, even in the darkest and deepest parts of the ocean. This cutting-edge technology guarantees that submarines in the United States are the best in the world. These submarines are designed to take on any challenge, whether it be a stealth mission, an attack, or a defensive operation. The submarine fleet of the United States Navy is an excellent example of how the Navy combines strength, strategy, and innovation in order to protect the country and maintain its dominance on the world stage. There is more to it than that. The U.S. Navy also spends a lot of money on technology. Hypersonic missiles are one of the things it has been concentrating on lately. These missiles are extremely difficult to detect and stop because they travel faster than the speed of sound. The United States believes that investing in hypersonic missiles will help it maintain its dominance in the face of increasing challenges from Russia and China. Now let's talk about Russia. The country has a long history of naval strength that goes back to the days of the Soviet Union. Even though its navy is smaller than that of the United States, the Russian Navy continues to possess a powerful fleet. The country prioritizes quality over quantity, constructing ships and submarines that are highly advanced and able to carry powerful weapons. The Zircon missile is one of the most discussed weapons in Russia. The Zircon is a hypersonic missile that can reach speeds of up to Mach 9, which is 9 times the speed of sound. Because of this incredible speed, it is nearly impossible for enemy defenses to intercept it. The missile is also extremely accurate, which means it can strike its target with precision. Russia has armed its ships and submarines with the Zircon missile, which makes them a significant threat to other nations. Submarines, in particular, are a key component of Russia's naval strategy. These submarines are built to function in cold, deep waters and are outfitted with the latest technology, which makes them difficult to find. Russia's emphasis on hypersonic technology and submarines demonstrates its approach to competing with larger navies, such as the United States. Russia is investing in weapons and ships that can make a significant impact while using fewer resources, rather than attempting to match the United States in terms of numbers. Last but not least, we have China. China is becoming a dominant force in naval warfare around the world. China has quickly increased the size of its navy over the last few decades, constructing new ships and submarines at an astonishing pace. China has one of the largest navies in the world today, and it is working to modernize its fleet in order to keep up with the technological advancements of the United States and Russia. The DF-21D missile, also referred to as the carrier killer, is one of China's most significant weapons. This missile was made specifically to hit aircraft carriers. It can move quickly and attack from far away, which makes it a significant danger to navies that depend on carriers, like the United States. The DF-21D is an example of how China is creating weapons to counter the advantages of its competitors. The Chinese Navy is also expanding its fleet of submarines. These submarines are outfitted with sophisticated sensors and weapons, which enable them to carry out a wide range of missions, including patrolling coastal waters and launching missile attacks. Some of China's submarines are powered by nuclear energy, which allows them to operate for long periods of time far away from their home base. Artificial intelligence, or AI for short, is another area in which China is making significant investments. The country is looking into ways to use artificial intelligence to enhance its naval operations, including the development of drones and autonomous ships. This emphasis on innovation demonstrates that China is not merely attempting to keep pace with other naval forces. It is also attempting to take the lead in new areas of naval warfare. The United States, Russia, and China all have their own plans for becoming the most powerful navy. The United States is concentrating on developing a large and technologically advanced fleet that is capable of operating anywhere in the world. It has the strongest navy in the world today because of its aircraft carriers and global presence. On the other hand, Russia depends on its advanced weapons and submarines to make a significant impact. Even though it has a smaller fleet, its Zircon missile and stealthy submarines allow it to punch above its weight. The strategy of China is centered on quick growth and innovation. China is establishing itself as a significant force in global naval warfare by constructing a large fleet of ships and investing in new technologies such as artificial intelligence. The DF-21D missile demonstrates how it is aiming for the vulnerabilities of its competitors. Both Russia and China have made significant advancements in the development of hypersonic missiles up to this point. The DF-21D missile from China and the Zircon missile from Russia are two of the most advanced missiles in the world. However, these missiles are a significant threat to the United States. Since this is a major issue, what is the United States' plan to solve it and remain the most powerful of the three countries? Continue watching to learn more. The U.S. Navy is always searching for new ways to stay ahead of its competitors. The Navy must adjust in order to deal with the challenges posed by the development of new weapons and technologies around the world. Hypersonic missiles are one significant challenge. Hypersonic missiles have become one of the most discussed weapons in military circles in recent years. There are a number of significant differences between these missiles and traditional missiles. To begin with, they move at speeds that are faster than Mach 5, which is 5 times the speed of sound. Because of this amazing speed, they are extremely difficult to find and stop. Secondly, they are very maneuverable, which means they can change direction while in the air. This enables them to evade defense systems and hit their targets accurately. Finally, hypersonic missiles can endure the intense heat produced by their high speeds, which makes them even more dependable in combat situations. The United States Navy considers hypersonic missiles to be both a danger and a chance for advancement. Countries such as Russia and China have already made significant progress in the development of these weapons. The Zircon missile from Russia and the DF-21D from China are examples of how quickly other countries are making progress in this area. The United States is facing a significant threat from these missiles. Navy because they can target ships, aircraft carriers, and even land-based installations. In order to combat this increasing threat, the United States Navy is looking into new methods for intercepting hypersonic missiles. The use of lasers is one possible solution that shows promise. Lasers have a number of benefits compared to conventional missile defense systems. They are accurate, which means they can strike targets that are moving quickly. They are also affordable because they do not need costly ammunition. After a laser system is set up, it can be used over and over again without needing to be restocked. The United States Navy is putting a lot of money into the development of directed energy weapons, such as lasers. These systems could be very important in protecting ships and aircraft carriers from hypersonic missile attacks. The Navy is also developing its own hypersonic missiles in order to stay competitive with its adversaries. The United States is funding the development of these missiles and is working to maintain its status as the world's top naval power. The Navy has suggested a significant increase in the budget for 2024. This budget is centered on 3 primary areas: expanding the fleet, repairing shipyards, and improving offensive capabilities. These investments are intended to guarantee that the Navy is prepared for future conflicts and is able to maintain its position of power on the world stage. The expansion of the Navy's fleet was one of the main objectives of the budget for 2024. The United States has the largest and most advanced Navy in the world, but it acknowledges that it still needs to expand even more. This is particularly significant, given that China is continuing to construct new ships at a fast rate. The United States is increasing the number of ships in its fleet. The Navy was able to continue functioning in several areas at the same time. That's not the end of the story. Repairing and modernizing shipyards was another priority. A number of the Navy's shipyards were old and required significant improvements. The Navy was able to guarantee that its ships are repaired and maintained more effectively by investing in these facilities. This decreased the amount of time that the fleet was not in use and improved its readiness. The 2024 budget also placed a significant emphasis on offensive capabilities. The Navy also invested in new missiles and submarines, which provided a stronger deterrent against potential adversaries. The development of advanced torpedoes, Hypersonic missiles and stealth submarines were all part of these investments. The United States was given these weapons and platforms, which were designed to be used by them. The Navy has an advantage in any future conflict. The budget for 2024 also included funding to further improve the capabilities of the USS Gerald R. Ford and the group that is on strike. These investments guaranteed that the ship would stay at the cutting edge of naval innovation and be able to respond to new dangers. As the United States flagship, the USS Gerald R. Ford, which is part of the Navy, has cutting-edge systems, such as electromagnetic catapults for launching aircraft and advanced radar for detecting threats. Because of its design, it is able to operate more efficiently than previous aircraft carriers, which means that it requires less maintenance and can spend more time at sea. At this point, it is evident that innovation is the driving force behind the United States. The Navy's plan for staying the most powerful force in the world. The Navy needs to invest in research and development in order to stay ahead of its competitors as new technologies are being developed. This encompasses not just weapon systems, but also other fields like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and unmanned vehicles. The Navy is looking into how artificial intelligence can be used to improve decision-making, enhance ship navigation, and automate routine tasks. AI can also be used to analyze data from sensors and drones, which can provide valuable information about potential threats. Another area of focus is unmanned vehicles, which include drones and underwater robots. These vehicles are capable of carrying out a wide range of missions, including surveillance and mine detection. They are especially helpful in hazardous situations where it might not be safe to send ships or submarines with people on board. Investing in cybersecurity is also very important. The Navy is becoming more vulnerable to cyber attacks as it increasingly depends on digital systems. The budget for 2024 included funding for programs to protect the Navy's networks and ensure that its systems remain secure. It is quite obvious that the United States Navy is dealing with a world that is changing quickly. Hypersonic missiles, advanced submarines, and other new technologies are making it difficult for it to maintain its dominance on the seas. On the other hand, the Navy is addressing these challenges by using a mix of new ideas and strategic investments. The Navy's commitment to staying ahead of its rivals is demonstrated by the development of hypersonic missiles and directed energy weapons such as lasers. The USS Gerald R. Ford is also a major representation of the Navy's strength and innovation. This ship could be the future of naval warfare because of its advanced systems and powerful strike group. So, what are your thoughts on the USS Gerald R. Ford? Do you think it puts the United States in a position to... Is the Navy ahead of those of China and Russia? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Additionally, click on the video that is displayed on your screen. You will find it enjoyable.